back, fellow jazz bums. There have been two new Classic Series announcements that we're going to break down today. Before we do, remember to like and subscribe, leave your comments, let us know what you think about these releases. Are you going to get them? Are you going to sleep on them? I'm going to kick it over to Chris to walk us through the first one.
These are coming out October 21st, I guess. This one's Stanley Turrentine, Common Touch. It's got him, Shirley Scott, Jimmy Porter on guitar, Bob Cranshaw on bass, and Leo Morris on drums, also known as Idris Muhammad, who is an amazing drummer. This is, when did this come out? Do we know?
68.
68. Oh. So I am definitely interested in this one. What about you, Felipe?
Yeah, I'm certainly getting this one. I'm getting all the classics that I don't previously own on the original or better pressing, like in Music Matters or something like this. And some people have a little with Turrentine. I do love his tone. I think he has a really soft, punchy. Reminds me of Ike Quebec sometimes. That type of school. And I like Shirley Scott. I like organ. I like the three sounds. Jimmy Smith. I do like the sound of organ, and I think they complement each other really well. That was their last record together. Blue Note only they recorded 5 records together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm undecided on this one. I am leaning towards skipping it or sleeping on it. The Stanley Turrentine that was done by Tone Poet, was that Hustlin'? Was that the one with the red and white?
Yes.
I did not go for that one. And I mean, I bought it, but I didn't really like it so much. And Stanley Turrentine in general, I don't have too much from his catalog. From what I'm sampling, I just don't go for it. I know he has some on Impulse. He has Blue Note. And Shirley Scott has a couple of Impulse records that I'm interested in. So I need to explore this one a little bit more. But for me, just on the face of it, for this lineup, the time, the style, this isn't something I normally go for, but that could change.
I love Stanley Turrentine. I love Shirley Scott. I love late 60s, super funky, soul-y jazz. So I'm in for this one.
I think it's worth even exploring. Their first date on a record was 61, so you can see the transition styles, even like the covers, they change. I think it is quite interesting. And Hustling was the record that made me search more for Shirley Scott. I really like the organ on the Hustling, and it has a Bob Dylan song.
On this one's a Bob Dylan song. That's awesome.
Yeah, they recorded "Blowing in the Wind."
Chris, let's see. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
"Blowing in the Wind."
All right, let's take a look at the other one. It's by Big John Patton. It's called "Oh Baby." I've got a weird 2013 copy of this record. I enjoy it. It's another organ record, so this is the organ release, I guess. So on here with Big John Patton, we've got Blue Mitchell and Harold Vick, which is amazing. Grant Green and Ben Dixon on drums. What are your thoughts on this one, Felipe?
Definitely going for that. I don't have this record. I have earlier John Patton records. I think introducing John Patton. I have 2 or 3, and 2 are originals, like the blue cover. I think, 2 records that are full on organ, right? They kind of complement each other.
I agree.
And I think, right. It's good. I don't know this the full of this record personally. I have to go explore a little more.
Right.
But for sure, it's something that I gotta get it, and I think they're doing a great job in curating this classic series. They're doing a good job.
I'm definitely more interested in this one for basically the lineup here. So John Patton, I don't have anything by him. Blue Mitchell, I've been really exploring a lot lately. I've been buying some of his Riverside stuff and exploring some of the Blue Note stuff that he has. He has an LT series on Blue Note that I would like to get. It's his first session that they didn't put out, and they put it out in the 80s. Harold Vick, I don't really have anything by him. So his tenor sax is something I'd want in my collection. Grant Green, of course, great guitar player. So I think this one, I'll probably end up getting this one out of the 2. But I still want to sample both of them, make sure I want them. This is a 1965 session again, or not again, but the last one was 66. Is that right?
Yeah.
The Stanley Turrentine one. Yeah, so about the same time, has that organ sound to it. So I'll listen to both of them and make a decision. But yeah, this one has me a little bit more excited because Blue Mitchell is on it.
Very cool. I'm gonna get this one too because I buy all of them like Felipe. But the copy I have sounds okay, but I would bet money it's digital, which these are not. These are all cut by Kevin Gray, pressed at optimal. They're a crazy deal, I think, for what you get compared to most things out there.
Oh yeah.
The price is creeping up though. They're $28 now. I mean, they were 25 before, I guess, but everything else is getting more expensive too.
I think it's not that bad. For people starting, you're looking for, of course, you're going to start with some classics, but I think once you kind of tune down to the type of instrument that you like, the musicians you like, you want to dive deeper and learn more about jazz, the Blue Notes catalog, which is vast and super important. I think that this series now is doing great because, okay, classics when it started, Blue Train, Midnight Blue, blah, blah, but there's not that many. I mean, you can like pressing those records like 3 years. They don't have like these number ones like forever. So you gotta dig deeper and find great music in the catalog. I think they're doing a great job. I do love the classic series, the new approach.
And Chris, can you actually pull them back up one more time? I'm just curious to see what their catalog numbers are. So it looks like Oh Baby is catalog number 4192. So that's the end of the 4100 series.
Yep.
And then this one's a little later. So it even has like the different logo on the front here.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that puts it in the 4200. I would think that's probably.
I have no chance of reading that. I don't know.
But the thing is, like this Real McCoy, this is a 4200, 4264 stereo, and it has like the old school Blue Note logo. So I'm not really sure when it is, but anyway, just a curiosity in sequence. So I always like to kind of look at that stuff and see how the catalog progresses over time.
Yeah, I mean the classic series, is a great place to do that. I mean, it spans their entire, between the 80 series, which if you don't know came before the classic series, they're kind of all the same thing. They've combined them on their website, so there's a ton of records there, a ton of variation. You can really build a collection for cheap, and you're getting a super high quality product. Have to think about buying a Tone Poet version if they just came out tomorrow, right? I mean, some of my favorite ones, I would definitely do that, but I wouldn't replace half of them with Tone Poets. I wouldn't rebuy them. I feel like the jackets aren't great, but the records are perfect.
Yeah, and what's cool about Classic Series and 80 Series is like, so these are all the ones I have here. Mm-hmm. So like it starts with this Prophetic Herbie Nichols. And why this one is cool, besides it just being a great record, is because these were 2 10 inches on the 5000 series. So when you're building like your Blue Note collection, if you're into that, you start with the 5000 series, which is really early, and then you move on to the 1500 series, which the Classic Series have done, the 4000 series, the 4100 series, the 4200 series, and it's cool to have like a selection from each of those because you can see through the years like how their sound changes and kind of how not consistent in terms of sound, but consistent in terms of quality Blue Note is, and how it, in my opinion, really is. It sets it apart from a lot of the other jazz catalogs with how consistent and great each record is through the years.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so the Classic Series is a great way to kind of build like a big Blue Note catalog for not that much money.
Yeah, 10-inch like Cool Britons that deserves a release on the Classic Series.
Which one?
The Cool Britons.
Oh yeah.
That would be very cool.
That would be really cool. I love that record.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I'm like looking, when I'm in shops, when I'm at record sales, when I'm looking on Discogs, I don't really go for Blue Note because I know they're putting out so much stuff for such a good price that to spend $80 on a Van Gelder stamped, which will sound great, if it's in good condition, but does that like for example the Moncour that's coming out Evolution.
Oh yeah.
That's Classic Series for $25 or whatever, $27.
Oh, yeah.
And look for another great pressing of that. It's going to go for significantly more, and sometimes times more than that, depending on which copy it is. So it's hard to justify like going and getting those now, even though I tend to like the Van Gelder stamp. Like I have the Van Gelder stamp Dexter Gordon Swingin' Affair. That also came out on the 80 series. I'm not getting the 80 series to replace it. I'm so happy with my Van Gelder stamped one. Yeah. That's something like special to it, I think. But again, for the price point, the classic series, what they're offering is just incredible.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again,
Yeah.
please like and subscribe, and tell us what you think about these two new releases.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you.